Here's a little music joke for you, but I gotta warn you, it's a bit on the spicier side. The music teacher asks her class to paint something that reminds them of Beethoven. And it's an interesting task, not something that you usually do in music class. So she asked Alex, okay, what did you paint? And Alex painted this beautiful meadow, a lot of flowers, sunshine, stuff like that. And she asked him, okay, so what does that have to do with Beethoven? And he says, well, I don't know, it reminds me of Ode to Joy. So she said, okay, interesting take. You deserve a B plus for that. So she went around a bit the classroom and asked Kaylee, okay, Kaylee, what did you draw? What did you paint? So Kaylee painted this big full moon, white full moon. And when she asked her, okay, what does that have to do with Beethoven? She said, well, Beethoven has that Moonlight Sonata. And the teacher was thrilled. Amazing job. A plus for you, Kaylee. That's wonderful. So she went around a bit and she asked John, okay, what do you have? And John painted painted a big penis. And when asked, like the teacher asked, what does that have to do with Beethoven? What are you out of your mind? And he says, well, isn't it obvious? It's for Elise. It's for Elise. Ah! Oh man, that's one joke that I definitely can't tell in my music school, or at least not to my students. But it's a great joke, I think. So let me know in the comments, what do you think John deserved? What grade? I think it's an A plus plus. I mean, it's oof, crazy. Anyway, how are you doing? This is my life update a bit. I haven't done this in a while, and I've been a bit, I think, absent from the channel, and I want to tell you why. Anyway, I have a lot of going on. Just like with life, prices have gone up like in my town. It's very hard to keep up with everything. My job is just not covering everything as it used to. So I've done a lot more private lessons, singing lessons, and piano lessons just to kind of get that to a place where I'm okay. I'm not completely satisfied because it takes a lot of my time and it's still like not that much money. It's not like I'm saving a lot every month or saving anything. I am saving something, I'm not gonna lie. But still, when the summer comes, usually summer is a bit of a slower time for us musicians, at least for me. So yeah, and I just figured out that at this point, YouTube is suffering a bit because of that. Although I have it like always in the back of my head, I have a lot of ideas, I have a lot of concepts of what I want to do, but it's just hard to pick one because YouTube usually favors the channels that just stick to one type of format and niche and just follow that. But I'm more of a very like, I don't know, I have different needs in my life. I want to talk about music, but I want to talk about very different aspects of music. I want to talk about life, maybe. I want to cover some interesting philosophical takes. And, sometimes it's not a very good thing to do all on one channel because then people get confused. Maybe they've come just for reaction videos, and then I do something like this that they're not going to watch. And sometimes I do a joke like that at the beginning, and people get confused. And maybe some people think that it's out of place. Maybe it's not a good thing for a professor to talk about. But at the same time, I want to be me. I think it's funny. It is a bit spicy, but I don't think it's not a bad intention. It's just it's a funny joke. So if I can't be me in life, then what's the point of doing anything? I think. So I like jokes like that. I like different jokes. I like making people laugh. I like laughing as well. I think that's a cure for a lot of things. But I also love music, and just this time in my life, I'm finding a very hard time finding a balance. I'm going to gym maybe 2 times, 3 times the most a week. I'm trying to balance that being a father, going to kindergarten for my older daughter, taking care of my younger daughter. Of course, my wife helps a lot, but she also works, and we're always trying to balance it. Her mom helps us a lot. My parents also help us as much as they can, but I just worry sometimes later in life, God forbid, but it's gonna happen. Like when they're not around, how the hell are we gonna manage everything? Like with my pay, even with all the private lessons that I do, it's not that great. And also, it's getting harder and harder every year because the inflation is going up, and you probably understand this as well. And this channel is honestly not really bringing me almost anything, especially reaction videos. Like all of those videos and music videos that I do are demonetized because I'm talking about somebody else's copyrighted material, and those videos don't earn me anything. You can ask any YouTuber or just do a quick Google search about copyright, and you will understand why that is like that. So it's very hard, but still I see a big potential, not only financially, but growing a community and like-minded people with YouTube. But it's hard. You're competing with a lot of people. A lot of people want to do this influencer thing. I really hate to call it like that, but I want to find that middle ground where I'm satisfied, where I'm not just slamming videos as much as I can or posting them as much as I can just for the sake of being in the algorithm or whatever that means. I want to maybe post less, sorry, but try to make it or either more entertaining or more educational, stuff like that, or at least more personal so you can connect with me and maybe go watch some of my other videos. Because if I'm only doing reactions, most of the people just come to see the person I'm reacting to, and they don't really come back a lot later. Sometimes they do, for some singers that I maybe cover a bit more on the channel, but I don't see that being a very sustainable thing to do. As I already mentioned, it's kind of a waste of time in the aspect of I'm really not making any money out of this. I don't want to make everything about money, but unfortunately, that's what we all live from. That's what buys us food. That's what pays the bills. Yeah, I would really like it if there was a possibility. I mean, there is a possibility, but it's hard to, grow a Patreon page where I have maybe people that support what I do, that share my thoughts about the world, that maybe share my, I don't know, maybe even political views, although I don't talk about politics almost ever on this channel, religious views, stuff like that. I want to find like minded people. That's the word. So maybe if you enjoy these sort of videos where I open up a bit with you, then you're the right person for this channel or for my idea of making an impact in life. I believe that you understand this. Maybe if you think about, oh, even like 10 years before, I have a feeling we enjoyed music, we enjoyed art way more than we do now. I just have a feeling like we're in this really quick paced world, fast paced world, where we just have to find a way to earn money, to make ends meet. We live from paycheck to paycheck, and it's not sustainable, or at least it's not very enjoyable. I don't want to just sound like a very negative person, but I really want to get above that. I don't need to be a millionaire. I'm not aiming that high. I don't want to be, I mean, don't get me wrong, it would be amazing, but I'm not that ambitious in that sort of sense. I just want to have a decent living life where I can use that money to record more songs, film more videos, because all of that takes money. I mean, I mostly do everything myself, and I've got to a point where I just can't do that much more because I don't have time, I don't have energy. And yet, at the end of the day, after all the work that I do, I just crash and I'm like, whew, I want to just lay down. And my two kids, two daughters, they are beautiful, but man, they have so much energy. They're jumping all over the place. They are interested in everything, and thank God they're like that. That means they're healthy and inspired by life, and I love that. But at the same time, that drains me and my wife so much sometimes. They're really like small Tasmanian devils that I really love, but hey, they're still a bit of a small little devils. They're angels, but they're also devils sometimes. I think some of you can understand where where I'm coming from. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick life update. A lot of private lessons, piano lessons, singing lessons. YouTube is unfortunately suffering a bit because of that. But I am always constantly thinking about it and trying to figure out where to find time to do it and what to do in that time. Because I have too many ideas, then when I finally have time to record something, I get blocked because I'm not sure if I should do another reaction, if I should do a breakdown, if I should do a vocal, like breaking down of a song vocally, like I did with Chris Cornell's or Audio Slaves, like a Stone. That was an interesting video. It was longer, but the comments that I got from that video were way more like the comments said that this video was way better in the terms of education and quality than reaction videos, because and I agree, because in reaction videos I can maybe just show you my reaction like wow, that's amazing, or I really enjoyed that, or I didn't, or that made me sad, or that made me very happy. Although I try to put in small educational bits in those videos as well, but it's like it's not the same people. Not the same people want to watch reaction videos, and not the same people want to watch educational videos. But at the same time, I want to be me. I want to be this. I want this channel to be definitely more on the educational side, but I also want to share my songs. I want to break down my songs because those are the things that I really put effort and time and like my soul into it. And I want to do a breakdown of my song. Will anybody ever hear these songs? And if you enjoyed that sort of video, then I want to do a breakdown of my other songs that hopefully will come out one day, because this sucks. I love being a father, I love being a teacher, and really when I teach, especially singing, like I pour my soul into it. I really get pumped up, and I'm really super happy and glad when my students finally sing something the way they should sing, and when they figure out that they can sing stuff. Like the other day I had a singing student that just always sang very weak, very kind of in herself, very small voice and everything. And I really found a way to kind of bring her out of her shell, and even to use a bit of that, uh, like compressed air when singing. And she figured out this whole new aspect of her voice where she sounded way more powerful, way more sure of herself. And when I saw her eyes light up, like it's like she found gold. Like she hugged me like that was a moment. Like I love those moments, and there are a lot of those moments in my classes. And maybe I should like film everything, and maybe post that on YouTube. But yeah, I get goosebumps because I like helping people in that sort of sense. But I also know where my cap is. Like doing this as much as I do now, I'm basically at my max level. I can do maybe a 5% more, but just thinking about that, it's like crashing my brain because I'm already doing too much. And unfortunately, it's not providing me with the amount of money, let's say, I would hope at that point. So there definitely has to come some change. I'm watching these videos, and I know about businesses and stuff like that, and I want to create a vocal course and stuff like that, and I'm recording that. Or to be completely fair, I've started recording it sometime in the like near the end of 2024, and I haven't really touched it since. I've done maybe 3 lessons, but I have maybe an idea for about 10 lessons or something like that. And I don't know why I'm stuck with that. Maybe because I've started doing those private lessons a bit more, and it's just a constant battle of balancing everything. And I know that I'm going to be extremely happy, hopefully one day, when I finally balance everything in a way that I can still be a present father and a good father, because I think that's the most important thing right now, or in any time. And I want to be a kind of a decent businessman, let's say, and I want to be a good husband, but I want to be an artist as well. And it's very hard to do all of that at the same time, and also have time for like religion and my family and my parents and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, I'm a bit burning up, but still, I enjoy it. I love it. I'm a bit tired sometimes, but I'm still very thankful for everybody that watches these videos, that share them around. And please, if you've managed to stay here at the end of the video, please leave a comment. It can be as simple as a smiley face or something, just to let me know that you watched it till the end. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to record another video right now. See you there.